Okay, hi everybody. This is Carmela and Jeannie from Carmela's Rasslin Radio Relived. Hi, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We have an exciting show tonight. Now,
Yes.
every show that we have is exciting. Every show that we put on, we love. Okay, well, that's why we put it on. We do it for a reason. And every show has certain meaning to us. Tonight's show has a special meaning because we are going to have on as a guest Rich Ingling, and if any of you saw the Facebook ad there or advertisement, you'll see this man has a huge part of professional wrestling. He is literally a saint, and it's a special show for us because tonight is our 50th episode, Jeannie,
Yes.
and we're very excited about that. But Rich is the president of Cauliflower Alley. Now, if anybody doesn't know what that is, because I didn't know for a long time, I thought Cauliflower Alley was a an award show. Stupid me, right? And it's not. It's a show dedicated to
Well, it's not a
giving
show,
back.
it's a group.
Not a show. You're right. It's an event. Let's put it that way. I'm sorry. It's an event dedicated to giving back to wrestlers who basically started the business, who basically are the old school wrestlers that we talk about all the time. And some of them are destitute right now. And they're not like, the Roman Reigns and the Seth Rollins and the Will Ospreys of today who are millionaires already. They scrimped and saved and scratched and clawed and they got paid nothing. But they built the business. They built the business. And now today, some of them are deceased, some of them are homeless, most of them are broke, some of them are ill, and some of them are just very lonely. And Cauliflower Alley is a place where you can go. Anybody can go. We're going to talk to Rich about that. And you can see these guys. You can talk to them for nothing. Okay. And you can become a member per year. You can become a member for life. God willing, if there's not a lot more plane crashes, Jeannie and I are going to go in August. So it might be a good idea if you want to come. I heard Vegas is not that expensive, and we'll work that out somehow. Okay. Also, we have with us Bay, my
Bay
Bay
Bay.
Ragni. He's going to talk about May 3rd. Okay, and anything else we're going to talk about. So without any further ado, and not me chattering anymore, we're going to bring on, please, everybody, welcome Rich Ingling. Hey, Rich.
Hello, hi.
How are you?
Man, after that introduction, I think I should have some holy water to sprinkle about. I
I got
mean, gosh
right out
darn,
of
that's great.
it's right
Just,
out of
just one quick correction. I'm not the president. B. Brian Blair is the president.
Oh, all right.
Brian Blair from the Killer Bees.
Yeah.
I am the executive vice president and the treasurer. So
Well,
I don't need
close enough.
Brian drop kicking me after the
No, he won't
podcast.
drop kick you. He'll drop kick me. All right, let's bring Bay up too because you remember my buddy Bay, our buddy Bay, I should say. Hey,
Absolutely.
Bay.
I always need to
There
be
he
drop kicked.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
are you?
yeah.
I'm good. How are the lovely ladies
Oh,
of pro
we're
wrestling?
good. I'm okay.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. I worked all week and I have to work tomorrow too. But it's at least, thank God, I have a job and I'm grateful.
I hear you.
Okay.
Right.
But
I gotta say, I am super excited by this. When you sent the invite and you said Rich was going to be on, I just want to sit here. I want to hear Rich's story. I am so intrigued to hear
Me
Rich's
too.
story.
Me too.
Me three.
You know,
Oh boy.
I said to you, we're going to ask you about being a referee and the one
Sure.
and done show and all that other stuff. But if you don't mind, I'd like to start with Cauliflower Alley, if you don't mind. Please
No,
tell us,
absolutely. That's
tell us
my life.
everything about it. Everything.
Yeah.
How you
So
started, what is it?
Sure. So the Cauliflower Alley Club is the only 501c3 nonprofit organization solely for the benefit of wrestlers, uh, present, past, former, and uh, we're completely volunteer. We have absolutely no overhead. Because everyone is a volunteer, from the president down to our entire associates, everyone, everyone that works on the reunion. We have so many folks that want to help out, that it's just humbling. It really is. Uh, we we sell nothing. And when I say we sell nothing, we do have a couple T-shirts on, pro wrestling tees, and we sell memberships and reunion tickets, which is our only source of income. However, we what we do with that is we turn it around and assist our brothers and sisters that have fallen on hard times. And we're very particular. We vet everyone, so we don't have someone stub a toe and fill out a benevolent request. Darla Staggs is our benevolent director, and she does an excellent job following up on any of the benevolent requests. We never advertise who we help unless they give us permission. But you would be shocked if I mention some names, which I will because they've given us permission, on individuals that we have helped. Individuals like Kamala, Paul Warendorf, Joyce Grable, Black Bart, Arthur, Brian Knobs, Thunderbolt Patterson. And I want to take a moment. Each year at our reunion, I present what we call the Courage Award to an individual that has overcome such traumatic events in their life, whether it be medical, physical, whatever. And it gives me pause. We must be doing something that the past 2 years, the recipients, last year was Black Bart, who passed away shortly thereafter. God bless him. The year before that was Joyce Grable, who's passed away. God bless her. The year before that, it was Patricia Summerlin. God bless her, from Glow, who's
Has not passed
absolutely.
away.
No,
I'm sorry?
She has not passed away.
No. I was going to say, no, she's still kicking, and I'm sure she'll call me shortly hereafter. But
her.
yeah. So a little history of the club. It was started by Mike Mazurki, Iron Mike Mazurki, in 1965.
Wow.
And the way we got the cauliflower nickname, or the cauliflower, if you look at our logo, that is actually Mike Mazurki's ear.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the Cauliflower Alley Club logo, the ear, is actually Mike Mazurki's. He started the club in 1965. We became an accredited nonprofit in 1977. It started in Hollywood, California, and we moved it several times. But we mainly have our reunions, our get-togethers in Las Vegas, mainly because it's a destination that everybody likes to go to, and it's easily accessible from all over. And we have individuals come to the reunions from all over the world. I just received an email from an individual in Scotland who bought 4 tickets, and a individual that bought a table from Australia. So they come from all over. And Bay would be happy. Last year, our tag team recipients were the Dudley Boys.
Yes, they
Oh,
were.
wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, our reunion, we had Sting, we had Kurt Angle, we had Lex Luger, we had Buff Bagwell, we had the Dudley Boys. We always bring in top talent. The WWE always sponsors a table or two. So we have quite a few individuals that just show up. Rob Van Dam is famous for that. A Godfather shows up. Of course, he's in Vegas. Uh, and our one of our hosts is Jimmy Hart. Medusa is also hosted along with Dombrowski. So we have great MCs and fantastic reunion. This year, our reunion is August the 18th through the 21st at the Plaza Hotel. We have negotiated room rates of $43 at the Plaza, unheard of in Las Vegas.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's before taxes, but we also negotiated that they have exempted all CAC individuals from resort fees. So no resort fees are added. So that saves you an extra
Good.
$55. This year, one of the main recipients is Mick Foley. So good old Mick will be there.
Oh, that'll be
And
nice.
yeah, and I can't really mention too many others because they haven't officially committed. But it's actually it's kind of confusing, but I'll try to explain it. It's actually our 60th year. However, it's our 59th reunion. Thank you, COVID. In 2021, we had to cancel because of COVID. And we tried many times, but COVID just got the better of us. So
let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Okay, can you tell everybody, please, about becoming a member and what that money goes to when they become members, or how anybody can help out?
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. So, Cauliflower Alley Club has its own website. It's caulifloweralleyclub.org. And on that, you can do anything that you want. You can become a member. An annual member is $35 plus a couple dollars PayPal fee. And a lifetime member is $400 plus a couple dollars PayPal fee. And the annual membership, you get a personalized certificate, a welcome letter signed by actually Pamela Morrison, daughter of J.J. Dillon, is our database registrar for the annual memberships. If you become a life member, I send you out the welcome letter, personalized certificate, membership card, and I actually personally call every lifetime member. So it's very simple. There's no vetting process. We welcome everyone. And you can also click and buy reunion tickets. And this year, I think I can publicize it. Not quite sure. Brian will call me real quick if I shouldn't have said anything. But this year we are going to have a roast of Mick Foley.
Wow.
And
Nice.
That is
yes,
nice.
and we're going to have a group of professional comedians as
Wow.
well as many uh, wrestling superstars. I'll leave that up to your imagination or roast Mick. But Mick certainly has a lot of folk, a lot of info out there to be roasted on.
Oh, I bet. Are you
So,
kidding?
yeah, so that should be great. You asked what the money goes for. So that is our only source of income other than generous donations. And we have a lot of folks that have money taken and sent to the CAC directly from their paychecks.
Wow.
Yeah, and I get $5, $10, $50 from individuals' paychecks, and we are completely tax deductible. So if you decide to do a donation, I'm more than happy to send you a tax exempt letter for your taxes. And just to give you an idea, since last year, 2024, we've given over just a little over $100,000
Wow.
Oh, God
individual.
bless
Wow.
you.
That's
Yeah,
That
awesome.
is amazing. That's
yes,
beautiful.
absolutely. And it's not just medical. We've helped folks save their homes that have been in foreclosure. We've paid property taxes. We've paid cell phone bills. We've paid funeral expenses. We've paid for flights. We've paid for chemo. We've paid for. We just bought a motorized wheelchair for and he's given us permission, John Nord,
Oh,
Berserker.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Um and again we certainly are out there, and you don't have to be a member, but we highly encourage everyone to be a member when you fill out a benevolent request. And as I say, and I give this speech every year at the Hall of Fame in Waterloo, Wrestling Hall of Fame. It is the best $35 investment that anyone who laces up a pair of wrestling boots can make. And I also say that if you sign up as an annual member for $35 and at the end of the year you're not happy, I will take $35 out of my own pocket and refund it to you.
God bless you.
Wow.
That's how much invested in this organization I am. Because I know once you become a member, you're hooked. We
Exactly.
have individuals that come to the reunions and say, this is my first time, but it's certainly not my last time because you guys got me.
Well,
And
I have some more questions. Please bear with
sure,
me. I'm not trying to
sure.
interrupt you, but we have
No,
another
absolutely.
little surprise for you. We have
Oh, boy.
another guest that just decided to sign on. So give me a minute. Everybody say hi to my buddy, my pal, and the person that we love. Each of us loves to hate each other for the rest of our lives. Joel Goodhart. Hey,
Woo!
Joel.
Hey,
Hey.
Joel.
Hey, I'm sitting here down in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Oh, boy.
wow.
That's a
Look at who's
wrestling
here.
city.
Well, wherever Rich Ingling goes, I follow.
Okay, well there you go. We're talking about the Cauliflower Alley. Before we go any further, I want to explain to some of the fans, and you might think it's stupid to have to explain it, but cauliflower comes from the reason he's talking about the ear and everything. Years ago, when wrestlers really hit each other, okay, they wound up with their ears swollen, and a lot of times they got so swollen they had to be cut and bled out. Sometimes, if you look at a wrestler's ear, an older wrestler's ear, it looks like a cauliflower, and they become hard as a rock, and they no longer sometimes can hear even. Okay, but I just need to make this very, very clear. Everybody looks at wrestling today and you don't get it, you just don't understand that if it wasn't for these other wrestlers who really hit each other, who have the cauliflower ears, who are suffering, who have passed away, who are part of the Cauliflower Alley, okay, if it wasn't for them, there would be nobody today. And like I said, I even said, even Will Ospreay, I love Will Ospreay, but he wouldn't be here. Seth Rollins wouldn't be here. Roman Reigns wouldn't be here. Cody Rhodes wouldn't. Nobody. Okay, nobody. Because these guys set the standard. And if you have any compassion in your heart, please become a member or send some money. I'm going to go back to Rich here too for a second. I just want to ask you this flat out, Rich.
Sure.
And other than sending you money and other than becoming a member and coming to the
Sure.
Cauliflower Alley, is there anything that Jeannie and I specifically, or Bay, Joel, whatever, can do to help you besides money? We're going to send money, but besides the money, is there any other kind of help you need? Anything that we can do maybe in this area, anything?
You guys are doing it right now. You're doing it. Yeah, you're doing exactly it. Joel is one of our staunchest supporters. He's been with us many, many years, been many reunions, and he's certainly a figurehead. So absolutely, just keep pushing us out there, and I'm available anytime. My phone number is posted. People call me all the time with some of the craziest requests, and it's just amazing. But it's a fraternal. Once a wrestler, always a wrestler. Whether you still can bend down and tie your boots or not, you're still wrestling. And
what about Brian? Do you think we could get Brian to come here with you one time?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I just hung up with Brian right before I came on here, and oh yeah, no, absolutely. Brian would certainly be more than happy to do that.
All right. Well, we're going to keep plugging your organization. Absolutely, I want to do it.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to mention it at every show.
Yeah,
but we're going to have another show.
Please.
Yeah, I'd like to have you here repeatedly, and then we'd like to have Brian on as well. But
yeah, absolutely.
I know,
Carl,
Joe,
can I ask Richard? Can I ask?
Oh yeah, of course. Go ahead,
Rich. With all the work the Cauliflower Hour does, and that you are part of, you and Brian, I mean, there's got to be times where you just sit back, full of emotions. I mean, these are people who, let's face it, they were these powerhouses in the ring, and whether it's due to age or health or circumstances of life, get reduced to sad situations.
Absolutely, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, Black Bart last year.
Right.
He couldn't make it to the reunion, but he gave such an emotional video. It's just tear-jerking. And JBL accepted the award for Bart, because actually Bart trained JBL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's very humbling. I mean, it's what it's all about. It's not me. It's not Brian. It's not any of the executive board or any of our associates. It's all about helping, and that's why we do it. So yes, it's a humbling experience, and it's a privilege to be able to be in a position to assist individuals, because it's hard for an individual that's been a millionaire to say, hey, something, I can't pay my phone bill and they're getting ready to take my house.
Right.
Can you guys help?
Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary.
Yeah, it really is. And funeral expenses. We both Brian and I attended Offa's funeral a few months back, and again, great supporter. And actually, Alpha lives 2 blocks from me. So I would see him, and he had a wrestling school right here in Orlando, actually in Mineola. And so I'd run across Alpha. We talk old times for
Oh
sure.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Joel, you're a lifetime member, right?
absolutely he is.
Joel,
Wake up, Joel.
I think he
I
froze.
think he froze.
he's frozen. All right, but anyway,
Oh
yeah, he is
goodness.
a lifetime
Yes,
member.
he is. Yes, he is a lifetime member. I can tell you he is.
And he told us that he had amazing times when he was there. We were talking about that, as a matter of fact, when we were having that dinner.
Right.
We were with Joel having that dinner, and
Sure.
we were all talking about going. And honestly, God willing, if things work out well, I would really like to go. I was telling my daughter tonight that Jeannie and I wanted to go, and my daughter said
Sure.
to me, "You go to Vegas? You're not going." I said, "Well, it's a wonderful cause, and I think it's important. And maybe if it's all right with you and Brian, Rich, maybe Jeannie and I can maybe do a couple of interviews while we're there.
Absolutely.
Maybe give out some cards, and we can have some of the wrestlers come on our podcast and talk about what you've done for them."
I'm sure between the two of us, we could make it happen. You'd be shocked at what we can arrange.
Oh, I'm not
And,
shocked. I've already heard and seen a lot. Let me tell you.
and yeah, and the Plaza Hotel, you can't get a better location. It's
Uh-huh.
Old Town Vegas, right across the street from Fremont Street Experience, which is everything. They
Yeah.
have 4 live stages, and it's a zip line, everything you name it. It's right there on Fremont Street.
Now you
Yeah.
said that I'm sorry, Jeannie. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I just have a quick question.
sure.
And forgive me if you said this, but it's just a lot
No,
of information. So, me just being a wrestling fan, never
sure,
wrestled, you know,
sure.
I can become
Uh,
a yearly member or a lifetime
yeah,
member. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
I wouldn't get any of the benefits because I never wrestled or was, you
No,
know,
but you could. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. You to ask for benevolent assistance from Cauliflower Alley Club. We open it up to everyone. And as I said,
wow.
Darla
Okay.
Staggs does a great job vetting everyone. And the bylaws say you had to be in the wrestling business for 3 years full time. However, the executive board can make exceptions for anyone based on Darla's vetting process and her recommendation. So, yes, God forbid if something were to happen to you and you were a member, we certainly would welcome your benevolent request the same as we would anyone else's.
God forbid.
And we have quite a few individuals that aren't in the wrestling business that are members, both lifetime and we have a lot of celebrities that weren't in the wrestling business and that are members also. Last year, Todd Bridges
Yeah.
from Different
Different
Strokes,
strokes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
he
Really
yeah,
cool.
he was there. Yeah, he came. And yeah, he was still looking for Willis. Yeah,
Let's talk
yeah,
about Willis.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny.
He was. Yeah, we always usually every year because we have what we call the Real Award, REEL, and usually a celebrity. Last year it was Todd receives that. So just never know. got to keep looking on the website, and we publicize who's coming.
Good.
But absolutely, you guys have my number. Just call me, and I can help you sort through whatever you need sorted through.
All right, one more question we had, I
Yeah.
had anyway.
Sure.
Now you said Cauliflower Alley event lasts 3 days. Okay.
Yes.
Is even though you're there from the 18th to the 21st, what happens on what day? I mean, this is not all
Okay.
one night. It's more than one.
Oh no. So this year, as I said, is August 18th through 21st. So August the 18th, which is that Monday, we have a meet and greet at the pool from 6 to 8. This year, for the past 2 years, beginning at 8 p.m. after the meet and greet, we had karaoke.
Oh God.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness
boy.
sakes! Yeah,
Oh,
Days
boy.
going. Days
I
going.
gotta tell you, there's nothing. There's nothing like a drunk wrestler singing "My Ding-a-ling." I gotta tell you,
Ah,
it was fantastic.
Boy, oh,
oh my
And
God, that's funny.
yeah, it was great. So, but this year, once again on Monday, from 6 to 8 at the pool at the Plaza Hotel, we had the meet and greet. Then we will have the celebrity roast from 8 till whenever.
Okay.
And, that's on Monday. Then also on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have what we call the hospitality room, which is where all the talent, so to speak, are in there hawking their goods. And then we also have some tournaments, cornhole. Last year we had video in there. We have cribbage. And it's your time to talk, take photos, whatever. And on on the photos, just to show you, and I'm sure you wouldn't mind me saying this, but last year, Sting, Lex Luger, and Kurt Angle donated all their proceeds that they made on selling their photos to the Cauliflower Alley Club.
awesome.
Nice.
And
God bless them.
it
That's
was
wonderful.
substantial. It was substantial. I'm
I'm
not going to
sure
tell
it
you
was.
the amount, but
No,
it
I'm
was
sure it was.
substantial.
Yeah.
It really was.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
we certainly appreciated that.
So
the hospitality room,
the weekend then is open to members and like the general public of wrestling fans then.
for the hospitality room, yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. You don't have to be a member to go in the hospitality room.
Okay.
So so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. to I believe it's 4. And with the exception of Wednesday, I think they close at 2, the hospitality room, to break it down. Also, we have seminars that have been put together by Ricky Santana from WWE, WWF. And they're different, and they're hosted by various individuals, and they're listed on the website. I'm not going to steal Ricky's thunder, but they are listed on the website.
Okay.
And there's 2 seminars on Tuesday and 2 on Wednesday. Then Tuesday, we have an awards banquet, which is a this year we used to have what we called the Bachwick Gold Blowout, which were sandwiches and but last year we had an Italian buffet, right? And nothing wrong with an Italian buffet. And
make
You
chicken
get
cutlet
corn,
for you.
get corn cooking it
I'll
over
make
there for
chicken
you.
cutlet.
I know, that's why I said. And this year, so Tuesday, before the awards banquet, it'll be an Italian buffet. Then Wednesday, we have another awards banquet, and that will be a sit down dinner. Well, I guess you sit down on both of them, but it's a served dinner. And there's no differentiation between Tuesday's awards and Wednesday's awards. If you get your award on Tuesday, it's no less important than if you get your award on Wednesday. Although some folks think it is, but I wear a suit and tie, and Brian wears a suit and tie Tuesday and Wednesday, so it doesn't really matter. So that is pretty much it. And as I say, the guys and gals are available throughout. You'll see them walking and talking and joking and everything. And last year they all came out. Last year, Ada Johnson, the Rock's mom.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
She played the ukulele, and she
And
had
that
everybody
dance.
doing the hula. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And she did it at the meet and greet, and she also did it at the banquets. And she had them guys and gals up there doing the hula and while she was playing her ukulele.
Nice.
And also, she was on the cover of our publication, which is an annual member and a lifetime member get 4 quarterly issues of our publication, which is called The Ear. And it has all kind of articles, photos, you name it, in there. So
That's awesome. All right, now
fun time. The best $150 anybody ever spend on a reunion ticket.
That's what it costs to go all 3 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
$150 plus a few dollars for the fees for PayPal. But yes, and that includes seminars, anything that we host. However, the caveat this year for the celebrity roast, there is an additional ticket for that. So
Okay.
that won't be included. But everything else, all the banquets and entrance to the hospitality room and the seminars is all included in that fee.
Can you give us the website again, please, Rich?
Absolutely. It's www.caulifloweralleyclub.org, not .com, .org.
Okay, now let me ask you this, if you don't mind, if we're allowed to do this.
Of course.
When the show is over and we drop it and we, post it on Facebook, can we put like that information out, like the website, the cost, whatever? Yeah, okay.
Absolutely, and everything is on there. It's so simple. If you want to become a member, it's right there. You click a button and it'll take you right down there. Two-step process, and 2 steps. The first step, when you become a member, you fill out all the information.
Right.
You click that, and that takes you to step 2, which is where you put in all your payment info. Now, fair warning in advance, everything comes directly to me. So I can't tell you how many individuals I get that just do step 1. They're like, oh, that went through. Oh, I guess I don't have to pay. Well, yeah, you do, because shortly thereafter you get an email from me. Please be advised that your membership payment did not process. Please resubmit. Uh, so yes, I get everything, all the memberships, and as I say, annual members will hear from Pamela Morrison by email, and lifetime members get a call from me, and I actually mail a packet with your certificate, membership card, and for lifetime members, I usually put in a few of the past copies of the year also.
Well, Rich, thank you
And a
so much.
welcome letter.
Because
Sure.
let me tell you something. This is such a good cause, and there's so many people who don't know about
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You know, it's incredible, and what I've been trying to do is go to the schools, because that's the guys and gals that really need to know. Because particularly in today's world, man, it's just crazy. And, you know, I'm old school.
Me
I'm
too.
old school, so I'm sorry, but I watch today what I can watch, and I just kind of shake my head. Like, you know, I mean, I graduated from the Monster Factory, trained by Larry Sharp, God bless him, and that's a whole nother story
Oh yeah.
how that all evolved.
Oh yeah.
Um,
That's a whole nother
uh,
podcast, Rich.
oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
whole nother story.
Well,
But
you know what?
yeah,
You know what though? Like, I've been involved and around the business now for 35 years, but in all reality, like I always heard about the Cauliflower Alley, and I remember seeing like the information and the order forms in the magazines and all back in the day. But until we had that get together a few months back at Joel's, and we heard Rich really talk about it and explain it, I never really
right,
knew what it was.
I didn't either. I
right,
did not either.
Me
And
neither.
I'm sad to say that because I
Yeah,
know a
yeah,
lot.
totally.
I know a lot. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I knew it existed, but like I said, all these years I was completely misinformed. I thought it was
Exactly.
literally, like I said earlier, a show for like a pageant, not a pageant, an award show, you know.
Right.
And
yeah,
and then when Rich said to me, "No, that's not it at all," I was like, "Oh shit, okay," you know. And then he explained
right,
it, and like my heart literally sunk. I mean,
Yeah.
I was like, "Dear God." I'm going to tell you something else real quick, guys. I was just telling Jeannie this. On March 22nd, if all goes well, we're going to have a podcast with the daughter of Ox Baker. Okay.
Oh.
Now, that's a sad story, a very sad
yeah,
story. And she's going to come out with some stuff, man, that you're not going to believe when you hear it. I'm not going to say anything in advance, but she's going to come out with some stuff. And that he is one of the perfect examples of somebody who should be, and I don't know whether he was or not, I'm not going to ask you, but somebody who should be in Cauliflower Alley or a recipient of Cauliflower Alley. It's so
right,
sad. And he spent the weekend at my house. So I knew him. Jeannie knew him. Okay.
right,
And he was a kind man. He was a good man. And to hear this story from his daughter, when I hung up the phone with her, I literally had tears in my eyes. I was going to cry. I couldn't take it. All right.
yeah,
Some of the things that these wrestlers went through and some of the things that happened to them it's obscene. It's terrible. And like I said, today's wrestlers, God bless them, you know, they got money, they're this, but they have no clue. They have no clue what these other people went through. And you know what, Jeannie, I was thinking maybe, just maybe, Rich, if it's all right with you too, maybe Jeannie and I can hit a couple schools in the area and talk about it. What do you
sure,
think, Jeannie?
absolutely. I'll send you some info.
Yeah,
I'll send you some copies of the year, and absolutely,
I'm
and
thinking of doing some stuff up here. Yeah.
yeah, and you know, just to reiterate, and Ox was a friend of Cauliflower Alley Club. And I'll
Okay,
just leave
good,
it at that.
good.
And but you know, it is very um, it'll stop you in your shoes when you see legends. I mean, legends. Bobby Heenan, God bless him.
God bless him. Yes.
He came to many a reunion in a wheelchair when he was in cancer and was disfigured. It'd break your heart. The
It does.
Vashons,
It
the
does. Yeah.
Vashons. Yeah, you see them crippled up. Dominic DiNucci. Again, you see these guys, and and I'm 74 years old, but I grew up with a lot of these folks watching them, the same as everybody else, and now I see them, and it's
Mhm.
like, oh my goodness, Colonel De Beers, God bless him. Ed was a great guy. Just saw him 2 years ago at the reunion, and it's
That's crazy.
it'll stop you in your tracks when you
I
see,
can't.
and
I can't
that's what we're
imagine.
all about.
Exactly. And it's funny because we joke every time or whatever, and I'm always saying, "Oh, I'm
Right,
old," and I have
right,
arthritis, I have aches and pains. Everybody
yeah,
does as you get older.
sure,
But imagine these people. Now, Ox Baker was, I think, 6'8". He was a
yeah,
huge man. He was such a presence, and to see somebody like that, like you said, any people, men
yeah,
and women, reduced, down to being broke or to being in pain because of the years of giving to the people. It's one thing if
yes,
you have arthritis because you're old. It's another thing if you have damage and illness because you suffered because you wanted to give something to the people and you wanted to
right,
make a living for your family. That's
yes,
hard, okay? But I think it's so important for everybody to watch this podcast twice if you have to, because I think it's so important to get stuff
yes.
out. Rich, we took a lot of time on the CAC, and I don't
No,
care
hey,
about that. I'm happy about it. But we're going to
sure,
jump right now, if you don't mind, from that because Bay's here, and we're going to talk about
Uh-oh.
May 3rd. Okay, so Bay, it's all you talking because Rich is
Now,
going to be a
now I'm
referee.
on the hot seat.
Yes, you are. So you and Rich right now.
Hey,
yeah.
as a matter of fact, hey, Rich, were your ears buzzing yesterday? Because
It wasn't my ears.
What was it, Rich?
I got blessed with the honor and privilege to be the booker for this show, and I honestly I started lining things up, and I got through the halfway point, and I
Right.
stopped, and I just I haven't looked at it in 3-4 weeks, and I was getting bombarded with a bunch of questions yesterday while I'm at work, and I'm like, I don't freaking know. That was a month. I haven't even looked at it. I needed a
Right.
break from it. But the questions were who's reffing this match? Who's reffing this match? And I'm like, I don't freaking know. Come back to me in a few weeks. We got 2 months to go.
Yeah.
But everything's pretty much been announced. But we do have a couple additions,
Oh,
which I guess I can announce. I wasn't told not to, but I know they're going to be appearing. We're just waiting for graphics to be made.
Well, Joe's not here, so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look.
You'll get a phone call later.
Yeah, no matter what I say or do, I'm getting hollered at.
I
So,
got yelled at.
Right.
I got yelled
Yeah.
at this afternoon already, so go ahead. That's good.
so one of our vendors is going to be two very dear friends of mine from ECW, Jason Knight and his wife Desiree. They are going to be a vendor, and they are going to be promoting their new wrestling school, which they're going to be opening up. And not only is Jason Knight from ECW going to be appearing, but also another ECW original, Tommy Cairo, who actually wrestled for the second phase of Tri-State Wrestling Alliance under Mike Tartaglia. So 2 more names added to this. Is truly a Philadelphia, Jersey reunion of people. So yeah, Jason Knight, the world's sexiest man alive, and the Iron Man Tommy Cairo will be joining us, and 2 more people,
Nice.
2 more brothers of the ring that I truly love and care for dearly.
Very cool.
Now, Rich, on May 3rd, you're going to be there for the WrestleCon.
Yes, ma'am.
And anybody
He's
going,
refereeing a match
and
as
he's
well.
referee, yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
But at the con, you can anybody well, I've done it before that, but any fan that's going in there can go up to your table and they can sign up and register for the college to become a member. Can they do it right there with you in person?
Yes, absolutely. And
or take donations, or I mean, obviously, you're not going to turn away a donation, but I mean, yeah,
absolutely. Whatever they bring to me, I will gladly accept.
Perfect.
Great.
So, will you be able to bring any pamphlets or flyers or anything like that with you for Cauliflower Alley as well?
I will.
Okay.
I will do that. Yep.
Great.
I will do that.
And I honestly, and I swear to God, I could sit here and talk about this for hours because it's made such an impression on my heart. It's touched my heart, and I know Jeannie feels the same way. Bay feels the same way. There's so much we want to do, to keep this going and to help as much as we can.
Sure.
It's so important to give back. It really is. It's so important, and to give these men and women the recognition of creating this life. And you mentioned Dominic DeNucci, and I got to tell you, he is, I always said this before, my father abandoned me when I was young, and Dominic stepped right in as my dad. He took over. He didn't have to do that. He really didn't. He has his own daughter, and he stepped in and he came to my house and he helped me, and it was a blessing. And then to see as he got older, how he changed and how sick he was starting to get, and how, and it was so sad. And, to look at that and to realize that these people, never really were millionaires like the wrestlers are today.
Right.
You know what I mean? They had money. Yeah, back then the money was a lot if you were champion. Okay, like Bruno, God bless him, he got paid good. But you're talking like the younger people and the starter out and the mid card, whatever, really didn't get paid peanuts. I remember, Dominic telling me when he first started, it's $20 a show, $20, and he had a family at home. How do you support a family on that? But they stuck it out, and that's the important thing. They stuck it out, and somehow they did it. Okay, and I think it's important for all of us to try to give back to that. So as Rich said, you can send donations. You can actually have it taken out of your pay. And like he said, $5, here and there, $10, whatever you can afford. Become a yearly member. It's $35. It's not that bad as the lifetime member. But then, you have the ability to go to Vegas. Okay. You have the ability to be there for 3 days with these icons, with these wrestlers, men and women who have done incredible things. They're icons. And guess what? You don't have to sell your soul to have a picture taken, okay? Or to talk to them, or or anything like that.
It's true.
And they're like Rich said, they're all walking around talking to people. And, it's something I think it's important for people to see. We're going to keep plugging this on all of our shows. Even if we only take a minute a show, we're going to plug it at every show.
Yeah, absolutely. And just so I can add too, so there's no confusion, to purchase a reunion ticket, you must be a member of the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Okay.
Purchase a reunion ticket, whether it be annual or lifetime.
Okay.
And but as you said, the guys and the gals, they're very approachable. They're very hospitable, and it's even the heels. Even the heels will pose and smile. Yeah. I mean, it was very interesting to watch the interaction, because some folks are still in that world of, oh my gosh, I can't approach him. You're going to drop kick. It was crazy.
Yeah, but look at it this way: you got $1.50 for the reunion. You got $35 for the membership for the year. You got the $45 for the hotel. I mean, this is all nothing compared to what people are spending to go to AEW, WWE, TNA, to TNT, all that, to go see those shows. All right.
So true.
People are spending hundreds, thousands of dollars This is a couple $100, and it's considering.
Oh, I did neglect to say, because you were asking about Monday through Wednesday. On Sunday night, Sin Bodhi, everybody knows Sin, right? He was Corzani with WWE or WWF, puts on a wrestling show there also.
Really?
And again, no expense, it's free. And it was yeah, it was very interesting, very well attended last year, and it's right there in the plaza too.
So
So
that would be on the 17th then, right? The
yeah,
day before,
yeah,
17th.
yeah,
Okay.
that's Sunday evening.
Well, there you go. You get to see a free wrestling match. Free.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Where are you going to see a free wrestling match?
Well, Carm,
Yeah.
really, if we were to go, we would have to go on Sunday.
Oh, of course.
To arrive Sunday to be able
It'd have to be the 17th to the 21st instead of the 18th to the 21st.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I need to take off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday from work.
The whole week.
Right? The whole
week.
Yeah.
You need recovery time.
I know,
Yeah.
man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
August in Vegas? Yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully, everything's indoors, but
And
God,
if somehow I pop up, you better get ready for some recovery time.
yeah.
All right. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot out by that pool. All right. And this girl is wearing
it's shocking that everybody always talks about the temperature and it's dry heat and all that. I retired from Fremont Street. I was their safety and risk manager. So I'm kind of used to Vegas and their heat. However, when you walk down Fremont Street, Fremont Street, you would be shocked at how cool it actually is, because all the casinos on both sides have their doors open, and I mean it is frigid. I mean it's just frigid. So you'll walk down, you won't even bust a sweat. It's crazy walking down, because it's you're like, man, it's 110 degrees and I'm not even sweating.
Well,
So.
Jeannie, you can still stand by the pool. I'll go stand by the casino.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Exactly.
One question. Let's go back to Bay for a second. Do you know how many signatures we still need for that banner?
Oh, we are knocking on the door. Okay, we are at, as of this very second, 908 signatures. We need 92 more. Actually, we need 91 more, because I have Mr. 1000 who's just waiting for me to call him and say, boom, it's your turn.
Do it. Rich, have you signed up for the banner yet?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, as soon as I got the link, I signed up.
Good.
I bought my tickets. My grandkids are a little concerned. My littlest granddaughter's like, Grandpa, you sure you're not too old? I don't want to.
Wow.
Yeah. So
never too old to have a good time. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Now, I did tell you, Rich, that we were going to talk to you about becoming a referee, and I don't want to leave that out. But tell us a little bit about how you became a referee. What made you want to become a referee? And I told you earlier that we're all about stories. So do you have anything exciting stories, anything that you went through, and, just spill it, everything.
Yeah. So just real quick, as I said, in the 70s, I was a police officer. And a lawyer that I dealt with was very good friends with Larry Sharp. So I was in his office one day, and Larry was in there, and he introduced me. And, Larry, he's like, "Oh, dude, you're a cop? Well, something, you need to come to my school, and I'll teach how to protect yourself." And I'm like, well,
Larry
but
always
you know, that's
upselling to get a
yeah,
payday.
that's the job of the 357 on my hip,
Yeah,
you
right.
know.
I was
But
going to say having a gun's not
yeah,
enough, right?
so
Yeah.
yeah, so to make a long story short, I went with Larry, and he took an interest in me, and he's like, everybody thinks this stuff's fake and all, but let me tell you, brother, it's all about the amount of pressure you apply. And I'm like, yeah, yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
That's
let
very
go,
true.
man. I believe it. Let go. Um,
Let
so
go.
yeah, yeah. So I stuck with it, and got a pat on the back from Larry, and he's like, "Look, I got some shows, and would you be interested in reffing?" I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm a cop, I can't,
But
I'm
you're
a
good at
law and order
separating
kind of
people.
guy. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a law and order kind of guy. But anyway, make a long story short, yeah, I did some shows for Larry, and then I hooked up with Rob Russin, God bless him, and I was very good friends with Dick Worley, and
Oh, I loved
What a
him.
great
Loved
I
him.
guy.
yeah,
love
yeah,
that man.
yeah, Dick was a great guy. And so then I hooked up with a bunch of other promoters, um, Angelo Savaldi and
Oh,
Dennis
I remember him.
Colucci,
Yep.
Howard Brody, Al Jeffries, Rob Russin, and of course Joel, you know.
Yep.
And
That's it.
so that was the start of the wrestling. I did it for many years throughout, and back in the day, um, and as I said, I'm old school, but back in the day, we had what was called athletic commissions,
Oh yeah, I remember
and
that.
you had to be licensed to be a wrestler, to be a timekeeper, to be an announcer, to be a referee. And, I mean, and they took that stuff serious.
Hmm.
And you were assigned matches. The athletic commission assigned you, oh, okay, you're going to do this show, whether it be a WWF show or, that's how I'd end up on Raw. I'd be like, oh, geez, I'm in Asbury Park doing Raw for WWF because the
Right.
athletic commission assigned me. So it was a very interesting time, and as I said back then, you had to be licensed, you had to be assigned by the athletic commission, and you saw the doctor, you took an EKG, everything before you even
Absolutely.
entered the ring, and they took
Absolutely.
that stuff serious. If you didn't pass, you didn't. And then in uh, just real quick, in 1990, I left New Jersey and went to Orlando, Florida, to work for Disney. And I was in charge of security at the studios for Walt Disney World, which at the time was MGM Studios.
Hmm.
And interestingly enough, I met a guy by the name of David McLean, who at the
Yeah.
time was taping the roller derby hockey at the studios. And then, of course, went on with the Glow Girls.
Excuse me.
Then, come to be, WCW began taping at
Hmm.
Disney Studios.
Hmm.
And so again, I saw everybody, and hey, weren't you? Are you from Jersey? Yeah, can't you hear me talk? Of course, I'm from Jersey. Oh no, what you mean, man? Um, and yeah, so I'd see everybody in all the shows for WCW taping, and it it was very interesting. And back in the day, and we're talking early 90s when they were taping at the studios, everything was free for WCW. They didn't charge because they got the folks from the park, and they would hand out swag. And to sit in the front row, you had to wear the Hulk Hogan shirt that they just gave you, or you couldn't get in.
Oh,
And they would
wow.
provide you with, all the fingers and the banners and cardboard so you could write your stuff. So yeah, it was a very interesting time, and actually, uh, you know, did a couple shows, and it was fun times. Brought back a lot of memories for sure.
Very cool. That's very cool that you did that. And
Yeah.
it sounds to me like, God bless you, you've had a very, very lovely and very full life. And that is a
Oh yeah.
privilege and an honor, and you can't take that for granted no matter what. You can't. And you're an exemplary man because you're doing so much to give
Oh
back to
well.
so many people. And that's
Thank,
so important.
thank you.
So
Thank you.
I'm
I
telling you guys,
appreciate it.
and it's funny because like people look at a show like One and Done, and they may say, it's just another independent show or whatever. But beside the fact that there are going to be exceptional people there, a ton of talent, and when I say a ton, I'm talking about a ton of talent. Okay, people who you haven't seen in years, people who you may never have seen at all, people who you definitely have never met. Okay, but you're going to have people like Rich there, and watching what he is doing to give back to the community. And I think that it's so important for so many reasons, for you to actually go to the show. First of all, in my opinion, number one, there's going to be a 10 bell salute for, I think Joel said, 45 deceased members that worked for his organization and worked for us when we were partners. Okay, number one. Number two, okay, these are people whose names are not unfamiliar. I mean, they're people that everybody knows, okay, that have passed away. Number three, okay, you're going to get to meet people who, yes, are older. Some of them are older, but there's a lot of them that are still wrestling. And the ones who are not wrestling are going to be in a lumberjack match along with Jeannie. You get to see Jeannie be a lumber
Did you
woman.
get the news about that, Bay?
I get texted last Friday night. Hey asshole! I made a booking
asshole,
move.
there you go.
I'm like, what? He's like, I added Jeannie to the lumberjacks. I'm like, I can't argue that one.
No, she's going to be a lumber woman.
The only thing I told him though, he said either you're going to be number 13 or you'll be number 12, and we'll replace somebody. I'm like, nobody.
Are you kidding?
I'm not replacing nobody.
No, I mean, honestly, the lumberjack situation, like, it was going to be like 12, but
yeah,
it could end up being like 16 to 20 because
yeah,
I added a few.
A lot of people want Mike Bruno back in that ring.
Mike
by
Bruno
by the hair, okay.
I never known a person have such a target on them like that Bruno has.
Yeah.
Well, he earned it. He did.
Absolutely.
I think he did. Yeah,
absolutely.
He learned it. Yeah, but Jeannie's going to wear her French maid outfit too. Did I tell you that?
No. Nobody wants to see that. That building would empty like crazy.
This woman, okay, is 56, 57 years old 57. And can still fit in the damn thing, okay? All right, so I don't want to hear that crap, all right?
Look, now she's blushing that she still has it.
No, I don't still have it.
I did. No, I have pictures. She can still fit into it. I've seen her. She can fit into it. And, okay, not only that, you're going to be able to talk to these wrestlers. You're going to be able to get autographs and pictures. And guess what? Again, you don't have to sell your soul. It's not going to be expensive, okay? The tickets themselves are not expensive, okay? That is another one. You're going to be able to go to a WrestleCon for 3 hours. Then you're going to be able to go to the show at night. Then after the show, there's an after party at the old Marriott where we all used to go and hang out. What could be better than that? All right. And if you get drunk, there's a hotel that everybody's going to stay at because rooms have been blocked off. All
I
right. Now,
think I'm
come
pulling an
on.
all-nighter.
I think I am
Yeah.
too. And that means I got to take more days off. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't recover like I used to.
It's
You're a great
amazing
call.
too what some folks remember. Just real quick, if I may.
Of
I
course.
I was in Waterloo at the Wrestling Hall of Fame, and I ran across Nikita Koloff, and I said, Nikita, you may not remember me, but I did a chain match between you and Manny Fernandez in Philadelphia. And somehow that chain ended up across my chest, and I ended up through the announcing table. He
Oh my
like, oh yeah,
God.
brother. Yeah, he like, oh yeah, brother. I remember that. That shouldn't have happened. I'm like, now you tell me, man. So yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, he was. Oh yeah, brother. Yeah, I remember. Whether he did or not, I don't know. But he did apologize and say it shouldn't have happened.
He's another one I want to get on the podcast. I don't know how to reach him,
Oh
but I
yeah,
want to get him on the podcast. So if Rich, if you have any connections to any wrestlers that would want to be on the podcast, then I will take suggestions from anybody because we really want to keep this going. In 2 more weeks, we're going to have our first year in the books.
right.
So I'm real
Wow,
proud of that.
that's
Really,
fantastic.
really proud. Very proud. But
yeah, I'm very honored to have been asked to come on and share the Cauliflower Alley Club with everybody because I'm sure
Well, we're
it's
honored that you're here.
no,
Right.
What you do, you
it's
brought
my
it. Everybody
it's my pleasure.
I
It's
was
my
thinking
pleasure.
about this from the time we signed your name to the book.
Huh,
Okay, like
yeah,
we carry books or whatever calendars.
yeah,
We were so excited because, like, I told you I had such a revelation that day
yeah.
at Joel's, and we were talking so much, and I was so excited. And you know what, Rich? If this podcast, okay, can get you 1 yearly membership, 1 extra person to come to the Cauliflower Alley, 1 person who tells another person,
Absolutely.
we've done our job.
Absolutely. And I'll let you guys know too. As I said, everything comes to me. So if we hang up and I get 10 memberships, I'll know right away because it's that quick. It all comes
Yeah. Well, just
to me.
mention Rasslin Radio. I mean,
Oh,
Joel has, Joel and I still use Rasslin Radio. Okay.
right.
So just mention Rasslin Radio, and Rich will know that you are, and it would be great seeing you in Vegas.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I will be there. I get there a few days ahead of time to set everything up and all. But just real quick, if I can,
Sure.
you were talking about stories and all, and I'm not going to go into it. But next time you have Tony Stetson on, ask him about our Germany trip. And yeah, we did a European tour. Tony was one of the individuals. It was quite the tour. We had Tom Zink on there, Alpha, Wendy
Wow.
Richter, Bambi, Luna, Vashon, Randy He-Man, Lewis. I think it was Lewis, right? Randy Lewis.
Right.
And yeah, it was in Ted Petty. God bless him. But just ask Tony next time he's on, because we discussed it again. Actually, he reminded me of it at Joel's house when we were up there. But yeah, he'll be able to fill you in on our European tour.
Well, you know what we're going to do, because we're trying right now. We only have a couple weeks left before we're completely booked from now until one and done. All right. And this is going to be predominantly one and done people. All right.
Right.
But after May 3rd, okay, after May 3rd, I'm going to call you and we're going to sit down, you and I. Okay.
Sure.
And we're going to get a hold of Brian. We're going to get a hold of Tony Stetson. We're going to get a hold of a few people that you have history with as well, and
yeah.
dedicate a few podcasts again to Cauliflower Alley, because I think it's such an important event, because it helps so many people that our wrestling fans don't realize. A lot of times you go see a wrestler, and I can't repeat this enough. You go see a wrestler in the ring, you come out, it's like, wow, man, that was great. But then it goes out of your head, and you don't realize that wrestler is still there, and he's still living, and she is still living, and you don't know what happens to that person 20 years from now. And it would be nice to say, you know what? Here's a couple bucks, man. I mean, people spend money today between DoorDash, Grubhub, wrestling tickets, spend a ton of money on stupid, and I'm going to say it flat out, stupid shit, okay? You can send $5 to the Cauliflower Alley, and I don't want to hear it. If I can do it, and I am a single income mom, okay, and I know my life is tough. If I can do it, other people can do it, okay? So I'm asking you on behalf of Rasslin Radio, please, okay, if you have any questions, write to us at 316carmela@gmail.com. Let us know. We'll help you out with any questions you have. We will put you in touch with Rich. It's not a secret, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
When we drop the show, we're going to post. Bay, I need you to send the link again for the banner. And Rich, we're going to post the Cauliflower Alley stuff.
Please,
And if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you would share the podcast, like share it to your
absolutely.
And if you have any kind of
absolutely
any kind of Cauliflower Alley allies, like if you wouldn't mind, tell Brian so he can listen to it. It's real important. It's real important. Brian Blair doesn't remember me. I met him a million years ago, but I think it's important.
Brian doesn't remember a lot.
Neither do we.
Too many bumps. Too many bumps. Nah, God bless. I've known Brian. We're like brothers from another mother for over 40 years. And as I said, I was just talking to him before I got on here, and God bless him, man. He's great, and he's spearheaded such a great organization, and leads the team in the battle so many times.
And you too, Rich, both of you have done incredible work.
It's a team. It's a team effort, and I know Barb Goodish is coming to the show. She sits at the registration table.
Yeah, she was a guest here with us too.
Yeah. And Barb is a lifetime member, and she sits at the registration table and is one of the individuals that hands you your reunion badge.
Aww.
And I can't tell you how many steel cage matches I did with Bruiser Brody and Abdul the Butcher, and always seem to end up in the middle of the cage somehow. Not quite sure how that works, but
they work for me too, both of them. That was
absolutely. And I know you mentioned Heidi Lee. God bless her. I love Heidi. I did many a match with her and Wendy, and her and Misty Blue, and
I'm going to be a referee too for One and Done. Heidi.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be great to see her again too. It's going to be great. Baby Doll's going to be there. Baby Doll's daughter is going to be there. Tessa Blanchard's going to be there. I mean, we're talking, and then all of the TWA people, Tony Stetson and Johnny Hotbody. And you know what? And talk about humble. I got to tell you this. When we had Johnny on the show. All right, Jeannie, you remember that.
Wait, are you going to say Hotbody was humble?
Oh my God. You know what? He almost made me cry. I'm not going to lie. Okay. I mean, he was on the show, and all he talked about was the same as Manny Fernandez, though. Manny Fernandez, and I mention him at every show. He's probably going to kill me when he sees me, but they are so humble. Okay. And they, both of them are like, no, I just want to thank the people who helped me. I want to thank the people, who supported me. No, I didn't do this or I didn't do that. It was the people who around me. and always give props and thanks to other people. And to me, that is priceless. Okay.
No, Johnny is definitely like that.
Yeah.
But he's also, don't get him riled up.
No,
yeah.
Just don't get
There's
him riled
certain
up.
buttons you can't push. But
Just-
as I don't know if you know this, Johnny came to me a few weeks ago because I was doing like Monday Night Raw recaps and all.
I watched them; they were great.
He's like my partner now, recapping Raw.
Oh
So,
my God.
which is, it's hysterical. But so I said to him last week or 2 weeks ago, because he said to me, he goes, when we do this May 3rd show, he's like, I'm going to be very emotional. When this banner happens, he goes, I'm going to end up crying. And I said, John, I'm already emotional. Like, I'll be crying too. I said,
we all will.
Yeah.
The way I am going to make sure that we don't cry is I'm going to make you yeet. And he's like, no yeet, no yeet.
Oh my God, that yeet is crazy. You know what? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, he and Tony both are members of the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
I want to say something, and Bay, don't take this the wrong way because you're a Dudley, but I have something I want to say to Bully. Okay, Bully Bubba Ray, whatever the hell his name is. He pissed me off. Okay. He has a podcast. Of course, it's a WWE sponsored podcast, but he said bad things about my Will Ospreay. Okay. He said that Will Ospreay is not being used right. He's a bust. I want him to hear me say this. You're wrong. Okay. I don't agree with you. Will Ospreay, I do think they need to push him a little bit more. Absolutely. But I think he's amazing. Amazing. And also, since the AEW has been going to smaller arenas, okay, they are packed. Every show is packed, and they purposely now have the camera going around the whole building so nobody can say, oh, there's tarp here and tarp there, and that pisses me off because there's no tarp. And I'm going to tell you this.
Well, no tarp now, but there was before.
Yeah, because they were
sell out anything.
that was too big, but they're still saying it about the smaller building, though. And Toni Storm, the woman that I love with my whole heart and soul, is going to be in the movie Queen of the Ring about Mildred Burke, coming out only in theaters on March 7th. So Toni Storm won the championship again, and I love her to death. She went back to her Marilyn Monroe look, and she is amazing. So I'm also promoting.
I gotta say,
that annoys the hell out of me. Sorry.
I don't watch AEW,
yeah,
but seeing all the clips online, the whole Toni Storm gimmick, I absolutely.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Well, watch it then. Why don't you watch it?
Because I don't have the channels. I can't even watch SmackDown tonight.
They're on Max. Don't you have Max?
I don't have Max.
All right. Well, you know what?
That's why.
I'll give you my sign into Max. How's that? I'm saying it in public. All right.
It just got real.
Okay. Toni Storm, and go see that movie. I'm going. It's called Queen of the Ring. It's about Mildred Burke. The Bellas are going to be in it. I don't like them. But Toni Storm's going to be in it. My girl. Okay. And I think that it's important for people to go see that because the story of Mildred Burke is a unique story. Okay. Also, WWE is, I don't know what they're doing. To be honest with you, I'm not crazy about them being on Netflix right now. I don't think they're promoting their show like they should. I don't think the show is as interesting on Netflix.
I'll tell you what, this past Monday's Raw, and we talked about this the other night, me and Johnny, was the absolute worst. Yeah. The worst WWE show I've seen in over a year.
It's not good. I don't know what they're doing wrong, but they're not doing something right. And I don't know whether it's
of the show in a 6-week span from when they started on Netflix has dropped tremendously. It's embarrassingly. It's embarrassing.
100%. And I'm going to tell you something else. Dave Meltzer said, and everybody putting Dave Meltzer down, they don't like him, whatever, that's fine. But he has come out and said WWE padded some of their numbers on the attendances and all that stuff. AEW is their viewership is starting to go up. Everybody's saying that it's not, like Eric Bischoff said, you go to AEW to end your career. Well, guess what the Road Warrior said? The Road Warriors said you go to WWE to either start a career or destroy it. So there. So I don't want to hear it. I like AEW. I love Will Ospreay. I love Tony Storm. End of story. I don't want to hear it. All right. So there you go. Done deal. So let's go back to Rich.
Well, wait a minute, Bay. Where did you say the your friend who is opening up a wrestling school? Where is the wrestling school going to be?
You know what? They just announced today they got a building. It's going to be in Vineland, New Jersey.
Oh, wow. Right near Heidi.
Near me.
Yeah, near you. Yep. Maybe we can, you know what, Jeannie? Maybe we can go to Super Crazy when we go to their wrestling school, talk to them about Cauliflower Alley. And then when this other school opens up, maybe we can go there and explain this stuff to the kids and bring some pictures of these older wrestlers. And, you know, I mean, I can talk a blue streak, you know that. But I think it'll be cool. We could start going to some schools. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd love
and then
to
the Monster Factory is.
Absolutely. Danny Cage and the Monster Factory. God bless them. I mean, and look how many stars superstars that they've put out that are still, I mean, Damian Priest. Just right off the bat. I mean, right there now. And
I tried to call them, but they never got back to me. I don't know why. I called them 2 or 3 times over the past year, and I never got a return phone call. So I'm going to keep trying. I want to get
the easiest way to get hold of Danny is to message him.
Yeah.
And I'll send you his info after we get off.
Yeah, please send me his info. And I want to get a hold of him. I want to, I want to do the best we can. Person. Yeah, and I want us to be a staple in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area. I really do. And I want us to be able to give back too. I want us to be able to do something that's going to be remembered, because one day when I'm not here anymore, I would like somebody to say something more than what an ass, I think that would be nice, But anyway, anybody else have anything to say? Anything else you want to talk about?
I just want to say real quick, not only are you three amazing, but you three are a perfect example of what the experience is going to be on May 3rd, because
thank you.
I don't think people really truly understand the importance of what May 3rd is. It goes beyond wrestling. I can't explain how important this day is going to be for the locker room, for many of the fans, for just the wrestling business in the Philadelphia area, and just what Joel, Carmela had created and what TWA had become, and the impact it left on the wrestling business. The fact that this is happening 35 years later, that nobody ever expected this to happen. I don't think people really truly understand and realize why this is happening or how this is happening. But the thing they need to know is they need to be there, because it is going to be monumental in the day of Philadelphia wrestling history. That's all. That's all it needs to be said. 2300arena.com for your tickets.
Exactly. And you know what I want to add to that, because it is so important. And I got to be honest with you. I'm going to go on record as saying, even if not one ticket was sold for any reason, I would still want to go and see everybody and watch the show. And I don't care. Okay. And I think, Faye, I can add to you by saying, I think it's going to be nostalgic. I think it's going to be history making. Okay. And Joel has his book he's going to be selling there. And his book is titled We Wrestled, We Brawled, and We Started It All, which is very true in TWA. Okay. Yeah. Remember one thing, before TWA, okay, there was Paul Panfil, Carmela Panfil, and Joel GOODHART. The three of us together, okay, I think started something that escalated into what I think is going on today. I think the three of us contributed so much to wrestling today.
You were 40 years too early.
Yeah, well, hey,
seriously,
I'm here 40 years later. But no, I think we did so much. And like I said, when we parted ways and Joel did the TWA, he took it and he ran with it, and God bless him. Okay. But when the three of us were together, it was like a well-oiled machine. All the arguing and the fighting and all that stuff, it was like a well-oiled machine. And we started something, damn it. We started something. We never got the recognition for it. And knowing me, and anybody who knows me will tell you, I will never shut up about it, because that's not what I do. All right. But in any event, I am proud to be a part of this. I'm proud to have this podcast. I'm proud to have Jeannie as my girl with me. I'm proud to have you guys on tonight. Rich, I can't tell you. I can't tell you how proud and honored this podcast is tonight for you to be here, as well as Bay. And I'm telling you, like, my heart is like going like this. It really is, because I love the old school wrestling and I love the old school wrestlers. And I think that they don't get any recognition that they deserve. And if it wasn't for them, this would not be happening today.
Yeah, we're trying to honor them all, as long as they last.
And you know what? Even when they're not there.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, Johnny Hotbody is calling me right now.
Oh, wait, answer it. Talk to him.
Tell him hi.
I'll call him back. I'll call him.
You could put him on speaker. No, but
he's probably watching SmackDown or getting ready to watch SmackDown.
Yeah, it'll be on in a half an hour. But like I said, you know, this is important. And like I said, I'm vowing now, and if I should forget, which I won't, Jeannie, remind me. Every week we're going to at least mention this.
Yes.
And we are going to, starting after May, we're going to start devoting several shows to Cauliflower Alley. And
thank you.
We just want to expand. No, thank you, Rich. We want to try and expand this podcast and these shows as much as we can. And we want to try, and like I said, even if we bring one person, even if we have one person sign up, it's worth it, because you know what? You're going to have two people signing up. Jeannie and I are definitely going to sign up for the yearly membership, at least for now. Yeah. But we're definitely going to do it. Rich, I can't thank you enough.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks so much. CauliflowerAlleyClub.org.
CauliflowerAlleyClub.org. We will put it out when we drop the podcast. The podcast will drop at some point tonight, and then Jeannie and I will start advertising it, posting it out, because tomorrow I work, so I won't be able to post too much until after 12. But Jeannie's got it, Bay's got it, and all I'm asking is if you guys could switch it or share it onto your wall, share it into Cauliflower Alley, share it wherever you can, because that's how we're going to get it out. That's the only way we're going to do it.
Yeah, and anything I can do to help you guys, please. You got my number.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? You made the biggest mistake of your life. Tell me.
Yeah, I know. You're not the first woman to tell me that.
I might not ever leave you alone. I'd be on the phone with you all the time. Rich, guess what? Rich, can we do this? Rich, can I say this? Rich, let's do this. Rich. Well, you know what? If I annoy you, just say so. Everybody else annoys me.
No, that's how I am at the reunion. I feel like Gumby at the reunion, you know, because that's what Jimmy Hart last year, he came up to me and he's like, "Oh, brother, I love you. I love you, baby. But you know, I know you're doing a lot, but I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate you. I love you, baby."
Oh,
and
you know what?
and Jimmy Hart, he's always up there as one of our MCs. So yeah, he does a great job, and another lifetime member of the Cauliflower Alley Club.
God bless him.
Awesome.
Well, like I said, we're going to push the hell out of this. We really are. We're going to do the best we can, and we're going to get this show stopped right now so that we can go on ahead and do what we have to do, and we're going to push it and see what happens. You know, the only way it's going to happen is if you have faith, and if you try. And God bless everybody. And I know that God knows that people need this help, and He will help us get people to help and get people to go to one and done. So let's do it. And, you know, like I said, everybody at work thinks I'm annoying too. I said to my coworker today, I said, you know, people at work, there's only one person at work that listens to my podcast, and that's only once in a while. And my friend said to me, I sit next to you every day. You talk nonstop. Why would I want to listen to your podcast? I'm like, thanks a lot. I said, at least when I do my podcast, I know what I'm saying. You know, at work, I'm like, you know, whatever. But anyway, thank you all very much. We're going to take Bay and Rich. We're going to take you off, and Jeannie and I are going to close out the show.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Okay.
Great show. Great show.
Thank you, Rich. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, brother. God bless.
You too.
We're going to eat you out of here. Okay. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, Bay. Jeannie, I'm so excited.
I know.
Oh, my God. I know I talk too much. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. When I get excited, forget it. I talk and I can't stop. But I'm so excited. We got to do stuff for this Cauliflower Alley. We got to help them. We got to be a part in the East Coast. We have to. We have to put together Philly and New Jersey and get it going. And, the one and done, got to do it. Got to keep it going. Everything's going to be cool. We're going to do it, Jeannie. We're going to help, and we're going to make sure that this happens. Jeannie, I love you, girl. You're my girl, and that's never going to change, okay?
Nope.
And I will see you soon, and I will talk to you soon. You have a great night. And goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.